Upchurch, and she is from New Leaf, Columbus, and I want to bring her to the stage right now. To be up here, and then they sang, and now I'm feeling emotional and my eyes are watering, so that's a good thing, right? I am here to represent New Leaf Columbus. We are a online social network for LGBTQ people of color and our allies. We started in 2008 as a group of about 6 of us who said we know there are people of color in our community and we see them, but we don't see them grouped together as a community. We don't know that we're always represented in the political process or at the table. And so New Leaf was really started as a social network, like I said, to bring folks together, but then to really begin to partner with other organizations to make sure that all voices are being represented and at the table, but to also provide that support for our communities of color. We've got some groups at OSU, Shades, we work with them a lot, and other ones. And I saw some over here today. But I'm going to speak to you this evening in a different role, a different capacity, and that's going to be as a parent. My partner and I have 2 children, ages 6 and 8. About 4 years ago, my son started kindergarten, and I remember that distinct feeling of helplessness as my hand let go of his, and he happily entered a new world of independence. Although scary at the time, things have gone well since that day, but I am not naive to remember that there are several years left. One time in pre-K, another child told him that he wouldn't play with him because he was brown. He was 4 and a half and couldn't understand why someone would say this to him. I understood at that moment that it wasn't the child's voice spewing such hatred and prejudice, but that of his parents and caregivers. I comforted Jeremiah, and we talked about people not using their nice words, and we moved on, having never experienced this since. But what if we had? What if every day of his life he was directly and viciously taunted for who he was? What if every time our girl went to school, slurs questioning or attacking her identity were deemed acceptable and she was never able to escape the echoes of this hatred? Videos are great, vigils are empowering, but we've got to do more. What will you do tomorrow to combat hate and to challenge bullying? I love that we're all here right now. This is my home, this is my community, and I feel amazingly supported, and I know that the children of our community are as well. But we've got to wake up tomorrow, we've got to keep doing more. What will you do to lift up, empower, and encourage a young person? We have to remind them they are fearfully and wonderfully made and are loved just as they are. We have to tell them it gets better, show them it gets better, and most importantly, empower them to make it better. We cannot allow our young people to make this journey on their own. To Tyler, Asher, Seth, Justin, Raymond, Billy, and the many others whose lives were ended as a result of hatred and intolerance, although a loss for those who knew you, your lives and deaths were not in vain. Thank you for reminding us that the movement hasn't ended and the struggle must endure. Thank you for pushing us to speak and live a little bit louder. Today, as a member of this community and as a parent, I commit to all of you that I will love your children and the children of our community as my own. I will stand up and fight for equality and acceptance. I will be that example. I will live out and proud. And something that I consider to be most effective, I will teach my own children love, acceptance, and the necessity to live courageously. Thank you.